But it's more like living an experience and then telling that experience on stage to a group of strangers.
Right.
And I don't write it down. I might write it down, an idea, gluten, talk about gluten. And then what I'll do is I have an opinion on this gluten diet I'm on.
Right.
And I'll voice that opinion on stage. And in that opinion will come some beats and jokes, and it's just more of a talking out on stage rather than, okay, this tag would be good here. Because I know a lot of comedians that I'll get off stage and they'll go, you know what, you should tag it with that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really do that at home. I don't go home and write that. I'll just incorporate it in my own way in my head when I go on stage. It's not that I don't like to write. It's just that it's always worked. It's always worked where I call my mom and I tell her, Ma, I'm allergic to gluten or whatever, and then we'll have a conversation and I'll tell her the whole story. And if my mom is laughing at it, I'm like, this is good.
Really?
Yeah, my mom's my sounding board. She doesn't. I mean, there's like comedians that do bits. You could tell that they're going into a bit.
Right.
You know,
you're just talking to a conversational.
Yeah, and it's not that way. It's more like in the conversation of it all, me telling my mother, and she's laughing, and in my head I'm like, oh, okay, this is how this bit's gonna work. It comes out of life. It doesn't come out of somewhere out of the blue for me. It comes out of living life and what's happening to me at this time.
So you do a set at the store and just start talking about it without even any bits or any plan.
Yeah, like, okay, it happened to me today. I'll go to the store and go, for example, and
I meant like the Comedy Store, but you would tell the joke just on a stage.
Yeah.
And like, there's going to be a lot of points you get no laughs because it's brand new, right?
Yeah. Yeah. See, I don't do enough of the bit where I do the bit that I know I'm going to get the laugh at.
Ah, okay.
And then I stop. And then maybe next time I'll go another section. I don't work the bit out like, you know, some comedians do a 7-minute bit and try and flush it out.
Right.
I think I'll come home and I'll look at that I got a telephone book on my porch.
Right.
And in my head I'm like, sarcastically, I'm like, oh, thank God that came.
Right.
Because, you know, mine's old.
Right.
Like, who's still using telephone books? So I'll just say that, and then the next time I'll come up with something that might be a branch from the telephone book. I don't know. There's no rhyme or reason how this shit works. It's just, for me, it's storytelling.
Right. All right, so this gluten-free. I mean, me, I'm lactose intolerant. I can't have, like, cow's milk, dairy, and as an Italian that sucks. But you...
Wait, before you even go any further, did you find that out through a doctor that this is the problem?
I did not find out through a doctor, but since I hit puberty, it started getting worse. Like, ice cream went first, then milk, then cheese more recently, and now I can't touch the shit, because if I do, it's like pain, like knives in my stomach.
Mm-hmm.
So... I mean, what am I going to pay a doctor to tell me this? I know not to eat it. Like, I went to a doctor like a while ago, and he's like, well, I think he said I had IBS, and he's like, you just can't. He's like, well, don't eat spicy and don't eat cheese if it bugs you. And it's like, I knew that without even going to him.
So now you have no problem.
If I don't eat the cheese.
So no cheese, no problem. So it's a dairy thing.
It's a dairy. I can eat goat's milk and sheep milk. Okay, so what? You actually went to a doctor and was diagnosed with this.
I went to a doctor to find out what foods I was sensitive to, because for me it was a variety of different things. I had ice cream, I had bad gas, I had a sandwich, I was bloated, I drank scotch, my eyes started shutting down. You know, like, I was like, something's wrong, something not right.
How long ago did you do this?
I took the test 3 weeks ago.
Oh, fuck, this is brand new.
Brand new.
All right,
this is breaking news.
Breaking news on the podcast here. Look at this.
Nobody else knows this, yeah.
So how many years were you dealing with this? Like years or just...
Probably the last 8 years.
Wow.
I mean, not where... Okay, fatigue. Felt tired all the time. Foggy-headed. Couldn't focus, you know, like... I'm very organized, but I've noticed recently, especially the last 3 years, very scatterbrained, very like, I don't want to call it ADD, but like couldn't really focus on one task at a time. And I
Wow.
used to be able to do that. So I went in, got the food sensitivity test, came back. I have a high sensitivity to fructose, which is like corn syrup,
Right.
wheat, white potato, string beans, and asparagus. Asparagus is my favorite vegetable. I eat it all the time.
Right.
So all those things I have to stay away from for 6 months right now. Also, I have a high sensitivity towards dairy,
Right.
barley, wheat. These are all the things.
That's what we
I do.
make, dude. That's what we do.
So I'm doing salads. I'm doing burger, no bun salad. Eggs, spinach. Oh, I can't have mushrooms either.
no mushrooms.
No mushrooms. I can have fruit, fish. But I gotta tell you, and all these people that are out there that are listening, if you have problems with weight gain or fatigue or fogginess or whatever the hell you call it, you get wheat out of the diet. There's a book called Wheat Belly. Highly recommend you read
Okay,
this.
Wheat Belly.
Wheat Belly. That basically the sugar, it's about the glycemic index.
Okay.
If it has a low glycemic index, it's better for you to eat. If it's got high, the body can't process the sugar that's in all these products.
Okay.
So, that's what I'm doing, the Wheat Belly, and I'm doing the no allergic, whatever the hell I'm allergic to. I'm not eating that. And I feel clear-headed, B, lost 8 pounds in about 3.5 weeks.
Wow.
No problem. And tons of energy. So,
All
get
right.
the hell off the wheat.
I gotta ask you this though. You're Italian.
Mm-hmm.
We eat the salad. You eat it with the bread. You
Yeah.
eat pasta. So you not eating pasta?
No pasta, no bread,
Is it driving you fucking crazy?
no.
Really?
I love. We went out for Italian for Easter. Bread on the table, oil, vinegar with the Parmesan.
Yeah,
people
oh yeah.
dipping,
You know.
doing.
You don't even do olive oil?
No.
What?
What's the purpose for olive oil with no bread? What are you gonna just?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. You put it on the salad.
Yeah, the salad. Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
But not. I mean,
Wow.
but it's hard. It's hard to get rid of. But after you feel the way I'm feeling. By the way, I think this went from a comedy podcast to a nutrition show.
This is so interesting to me though. This is like, cause like, yeah, I mean, I'm in the same, like, I can't have the dairy, but it's really,
But
this
you
is
have
the Italian
you have
side.
no problem with anything else as far as
I mean, I don't know. I feel fine.
Yeah, okay,
I mean, I
so-
love bread. I love it. Like I was telling you, my father passed. We had a dinner afterwards. It was my uncle's table, the Italians, and then my mom's family, and they were bringing out bread. And my uncle on our side, like 3 fucking baskets empty. The other side, I still had the bread. And we have bread with everything. I mean, that's how I was raised.
No,
so,
no, I hear you. It's tough, but once you start feeling better and clear-headed and you start losing weight, I mean, as you get older, it's hard to burn off.
Right.
I mean, I literally, when I was in my early 20s, used to come home from the nightclub. My grandfather was living with us at the time. We'd make a pound of pasta with butter and pecorino romano cheese, 3 in the morning. Eat it, go to bed, woke up, fine.
I've been at
Right?
breakfast with it.
Yeah. Oh, and I mean, now, if I did that, I'd feel it for the next day and a half. Yeah.
All right, we'll wrap up. I just want to. Can you cook? I mean, it's in your blood.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not fantastic. If I need to put a meal together, I could get some. I don't have a specialty.
You got a sauce?
I've made sauce, but I don't have a sauce. It's not like I have a sauce that I could whip up here in the back of the car. Do you have a sauce you could just...
My buddy Angelo, he's coming to the show tonight.
Okay.
He usually does this podcast. He's kind of quitting the game, but he's got a sauce his grandma made, and it's beautiful. And it's simple. That's what makes it great. It's just a little meat, onions and celery, but the way they like marinate it, time. It's all about taking time with it.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that is, but all right.
Does he make it, or does
he makes it?
Oh,
he took it
makes
from his nana, and then were your grandparents born over there then?
My grandparents were born there. But it's funny you say Nana. Everybody's got a nickname for their grandparents.
Right.
I never got it. I always called my grandparents Grandma and Grandpa.
Right.
But you meet people like, this is my Nani and Nini.
Yeah, right.
This is my Peepaw and Mima. Everybody's got a nickname. I never got into the whole nickname with grandparents.
All right, you can check out Sebastian, SebastianLive.com.
SebastianLive.com. You go there, and you could go to the social media sites from there, YouTube and Twitter.
You
Facebook.
got anything coming up?
I got nothing. Yeah, absolutely nothing. I'm going to be on the Mark Maron podcast.
Oh, I really got a couple listeners. I don't know. I've heard.
I don't discriminate.
I really appreciate you doing this. I hope you get your Italian sitcom, so maybe I could, mow the lawn or something.
You'll play the cousin next door.
Sebastian Maniscalco, thank you very much,
Thanks
man. It's been
me
great working with you. You're an awesome guy, man.
Cool.
Thanks for listening, everybody.